What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Saturday, December 22nd. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's see who we have at the point guard position. I like Dennis Schröder from the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the Utah Jazz, who are the 4th best defense overall, but they give up the 10th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Dennis Schröder has scored 22 and 17 fantasy points in his last 2 games, averaging 30.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 29 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. Dennis Schröder is $5,400 DraftKings salary, $300 more on FanDuel, projected at 33.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 6 times value. Dennis Schröder was suspended last game, so he's going to come in this game with some fire in him. I love Dennis Schröder versus the Utah Jazz. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. And then you can see the top point production, who scored the most fantasy points in the last 3 games, minute monsters, see who played the most minutes in the last 3 games, in the recent performance, so you can see who's overperforming and maybe due to crash, and you can see who's underperforming and maybe due to smash. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns playing the Washington Wizards, who are the 4th worst defense overall, and they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Devin Booker has scored 48, 54, and 48 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 41.3 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 32% usage rate. Devin Booker is $8,800 DraftKings salary. He's $100 more on FanDuel, projected at 40.6 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 44 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. Fantastic matchup for Devin Booker versus the Washington Wizards tonight. Okay, everyone, it's time to announce the winner of our $100 weekly comment contest. And the winner is Kendrick Davis. Kendrick Davis, you are the winner of our weekly comment contest. Please reply to our comment to collect your prize. Let's give Kendrick some love in the comments, everyone. If you didn't win this week, keep trying. Just remember, next week,
it could be you.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Trevor Ariza from the Washington Wizards playing the Phoenix Suns, who give up the 7th most fantasy points overall and give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Trevor Ariza has scored 34 and 49 fantasy points since being traded to the Washington Wizards, averaging 26.8 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 14% usage rate. Trevor Ariza is $5,300 DraftKings salary, projected at 26 fantasy points here tonight. That's right around 5 times value. This is a home game, fast-paced game. I love Trevor Ariza versus the Phoenix Suns tonight. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like PJ Tucker from the Houston Rockets playing the San Antonio Spurs, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall and give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. PJ Tucker has scored 26, 37, and 23 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 21.1 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 10% usage rate. PJ Tucker is $4,600 DraftKings salary. He's $300 more on FanDuel, projected at 23 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. I like PJ Tucker versus the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Mike Muscala from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Toronto Raptors, who have the 8th best defense overall and give up the 6th fewest fantasy points to opposing centers. But Mike Muscala has scored 24, 20, and 24 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 19 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 24 minutes per game with a 15% usage rate. Mike Muscala is $3,600 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel. I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 20.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.7 times value. This is a home game for Mike Muscala. If you want to punt the center position, especially on FanDuel with the low score drop, you're going to crush value with 20 fantasy points here. I love Mike Muscala versus the Toronto Raptors. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.